I got it right. Yeah, I got it right. Get my bacon. We're going to make this pancakes up. And we got to get the grits in. Okay? I'm going to cook a little sausage. And then I'm going to use my bacon grease. Okay? I love to cook my eggs in my bacon grease. So this is breakfast at the Mitchells. Since I was muted the first time, get in here and let's get ready to cook. All right? So we're going to add some grits. I'm going to turn you around so you see me add the grits. And my husband, he always in this kitchen helping me and cooking. So I told him to stay in the bed this morning. Turn you this way and I'm going to get going. All right? Let's turn you like this. Get this thing relaxed. Not the bed down. Just like that. For now, anyway. Now get some more grits. These are 5-minute grits. So we got those going. I got butter in here. I got salt in here. Okay. I need a container for my... Hold on, y'all. So that's what I got going. Come on in. Please. Work with me as I work. Y'all, I had so much fun with y'all. And thank y'all. Y'all, Lisa Caffey. We did it, honey, last night. We went over down her page. Spoke to her in the comments. Got all up in her feed. That's what you're supposed to do. You know, because that increases her engagement. All right? And, honey, that video is already over 20,000. Praise God. Because she's trying to get her monetization. Full monetization. Alright, so these helpers one to another. Let's get us some sausage going. So that's the good thing. That's what we come to do. That's what we do with each other helpers. You don't never know who you're going to need. Alright? And she didn't ask. She didn't even ask. I felt it by my spirit that's going over here and boost these people up. Because folks that love you, they follow you where you go. So she needs just a couple of more of those videos like that. So I'm going to make us some turkey sausage as well. It's breakfast time. It's cold out there. This is the time you want to eat breakfast. You want to come in. Y'all, did y'all have a good time last night? I sure did. I'm going to work up the... I'm getting ready to work up the pancakes. Let me turn this off. And we're finna cook these sausage. We're gonna cook this big old thing right here. Hey, Teresa Randy Miles. Come on in. It's what we having today is bacon, these turkey sausage, and grits, homemade pancakes, and cheese and eggs. These This right here is my favorite. This is butterball. I like butterball sausage. Cut it down the middle. These are the dullest knives in this house. They dull. So I cut mine like that. And I just cut them. These are so dull. It's good. Left good. I'm telling y'all. Get on in here. Oh, I didn't drop it on the floor. Thank you, Lord. I might have. I'll wash it off. Let me get up. Y'all, my body feel better. I still move, I still hurt, but I can't stay in that bed. I'll be messed up, backed up, messed up, throw up, you know the rest of it. Get in here, get in here, get in here. Let me, I'll clean up as I go. Alright, let's get this butter melted. How y'all doing today? So I got butterball, I got bacon, and I got grits. Let me show you my grits. Make sure y'all sprinkle me. So I'm melting some butter. And you know, when you cook grits, you really need to stir them a good 5 minutes. Because if you don't want no lumpy grits. Good morning to you. Now, this is not my house. This is not my kitchen. This is not mine. Listen, this is not my kitchen, okay? This is a rental property. Now, you think I'm going to stay in that rental property this long and my kitchen going to look like this? Nah, I might well have kept what I had. No offense. But, this ain't hardly me. No, this ain't my house. Good morning, good morning. This is not my new kitchen. Hopefully I'm getting close to it. A remodel ain't no joke. And then once it's done, I gotta go back home and fill up everything and get everything together. You know, they would go over there and give me a fork. I gotta pick what I'm gonna keep. Let me show you how I make these homemade. So look, I got a little sugar in here. I got a little sugar in here. I got a little self-rising and all-purpose. Okay. I don't have all my stuff here, so you might have to do a little bit at a time. You're going to need an egg. You're going to need some buttermilk. You're going to need your flavorings in here. Now, I use a little cake batter, a little butter, and a little vanilla. I don't know. It tastes good in the cake. It tastes good on the pan. What cake? It's called pancakes. That means it's a cake, but you using it in a pan. So somebody said, like hot water cornbread. Somebody said, let's make a cake, but we're going to put it in a pan. And we're going to call it pancake. Not patty cake, but pancake. So once you get in a kitchen that works for me, where you can see me and cook, because I don't have a camera person. So what you want to do is just like you making a cake, okay? Pancakes is like you making a cake, for real. You want to add a little salt, that's it. You already done added your little sugar. You want to bust the egg, depending on how many you making. Sometimes you're going to need more than one egg. You're going to shake your buttermilk up. Use as much fat base in it as you can. Alright? I'm going to turn this down a little bit because it's getting crazy. I ain't trying to burn nothing. I'm trying to earn it. So if you ain't got no pancake mix, if you got some flour in your house, if you got an egg in your house, you got some buttermilk, and you got some flavoring, and you already making pancakes. You don't have to go buy Bisquick. You don't have to do any of that. Okay, let's add a little more buttermilk. And I'm sure y'all probably know that. And then I'm going to add a little water in here. Okay? If you got these ingredients, you already making pancakes. And you do have to put some oil. Don't you put some butter? Yeah, you got to put some in here. You got to put that in here as well. Why? Because it's just like you making a cake. With cake, you got to have flour, you got to have eggs, you got to have sugar, you got to have your milk, you got to have your butter, your oil. You're making a cake, but you're putting it in a skillet. Now, I know y'all knew that. I know I didn't have to tell you that. So, let me go add a little water to this, okay? I melted some butter. Now, you can use vegetable oil, but I melted a little butter. So I'm going to pour a little butter in here. Everything tastes good. You know, especially when you got that whipped butter. And Sunday's dinner, I'm going to come cook. We got short rib and turkey wings, green beans with the potatoes, and macaroni. And I do some yams or something like that. Something like that. Okay, hold on. I want these a little more looser. So I don't have no more buttermilk. But I do have just a little milk. I don't need but a squishy bit. Was that a squishy bit? So next, let me turn these grits down. So next thing is you're going to add your flavoring to them. You're going to add your flavoring to your pancakes. Okay, watch your grits, watch everything you cooking. Don't burn up nothing. It's breakfast. It's supposed to wake them up while they sleep. Okay? Now, I want to tell y'all a few stories about growing up when my mama would cook breakfast for us. Breakfast would wake us right up out that bed. I'm going to show you the consistency I want my pancakes. We're going to add some vanilla flavoring. We're going to add a little cake batter. You can add cinnamon. I can add a banana in these right now. I can add nuts in here. Once I get my base right, I can add whatever I want to my pancakes. I can add pecans. Thank you for the stars. You can add whatever you want in your pancakes. Now, back in the day, when I was a child, I'm not a child anymore. Some days I sit and wish I was a child again. My mama, as you know, it was 11 in the house. 11, include mom and daddy. We're going to add a little vanilla. Butter. It's amazing in cake. So this is a cake. So I'm going to add some butter flavoring. Alright? I'm making pancakes. You don't have to buy nobody else's. Listen, you do not have to go buy Aunt your mama. You don't have to go buy nobody's stuff. When times get hard, you better learn how to make this from scratch like your grandmama and your mama did. So I'm going to open this up. The smell woke us up. I don't care how tired. I don't care how hard I partied. You know, back in the day, we had house parties. It didn't matter how hard we partied. When we smelled that bacon and that sausage cooking, it wouldn't let you sleep. Is anybody like me? Once I started smelling it, I couldn't sleep. So in here, you got buttermilk. Like if you was making a buttermilk cake, you got an egg. You got a little all-purpose flour, and I added a little self-rising just because it's already, if I add a little bit of that, I don't have to add nothing else. I don't have to add no baking powder. All right? You got a little sugar and a sprinkle of salt. That's how you make a cake. Listen to me. If I was making a cake right now, let me give you a cake ingredient. If I was making a cake, I would use butter. I just put it in here. I would use sugar. It's in here. I would use an egg. It's in here. I would use some type of milk or whatever cake I'm making. It's in here. I would put flavoring in here. It's in here. It's just going to be cooked on top of the stove. Just like hot water cornbread is cornbread. You just cooking it on the stove. And I'm saying this because so many times people say, oh, my kids want pancakes. I ain't got no pancakes. Yes, you do. It's in your cabinet. And when we grew up, it looked like it was no food in that house. None. Well, my mama could go look in that cabinet and create magic. We're going to add just a little cake batter. Cake batter tastes good. Mama would take something that we couldn't see. I didn't see nothing in there. I would be looking and standing in the refrigerator for 15 minutes. Just keep saying, ain't nothing in here, over and over and over. Now, you don't want to over-sweeten your pancakes because you're going to use syrup. But at this point, this is the consistency you want them pancakes. You want them to have a little run, but not too runny, okay? And you want to take your time and put them in. Now, I spray around my pancakes. I found out that's good. You know, you want that little crunch. So, you don't have to go to a store and buy everything. Because it's going to be times you got to use what you got. So, you don't have to go buy somebody else's pancakes. You don't have to go buy somebody else's this. You can make anything. If somebody else can make it, so can you. And when we would grow up, I never forget it. We had one bathroom, y'all. It is good, Sandra Ross, but you got to go buy theirs. It is good, but you got to go buy it. We talking about not having to buy it. Wonder if they pull that brand. Some of y'all can't even make it. Y'all stuck on a certain brand, and if they pull it in the stores, you be like, I hate they quit making that brand. Make your own. You don't have to go buy Krusty's brand and nobody else. Make your brand. Now, this is a cake. I don't care how you look at it. I use one egg. I can add another egg if I wanted to. But I'm not making that much. This is a cake. Everything in this is like a cake. Now, we're going to end up adding a little oil to the skillet. You know, and we about to make pancakes. I got something on my face from the pancake mix. Okay? Now, what I'm going to do is, I got that going. I'm going to wash this skillet that I cooked these sausage in and put these sausage with these bacon. And I'm going to use this skillet as my pancake skillet. Clean up as you go. Please clean up as you go. Or else your kitchen will be a mess. So I got a little bacon. Because it's just me, Eddie, and Avery. I got a little bacon. And so when my mama would start cooking, and the smell of the bacon, and the smell of the pancake, I got to ask y'all a question too. And it's very important. Do y'all remember back in the day? You only had certain insurance companies. Did you know if the insurance company go out of business, and it's a little independent insurance company. It ain't one that's major. Do you know all that money you paying, you could lose it? You remember how they used to have Prudential Insurance, Liberty National, Liberty Mutual? If you are with a small independent company and they fold and they not insured and bonded, you could lose. You could go take that policy. You would have to go see the insurance commissioner. However, they can't guarantee you that you're going to still be able to get your money back. Did you know that? You know how some of these little people start their own little insurance companies and stuff? And they can run them. And they telling you they can beat somebody else's quote. Did y'all know that? Did you know that your insurance on whole life, you reach where you don't have to pay for it no more? Do you know if you got $100,000 worth of insurance and you've been paying on it for almost 20 years, you got half of the money already that if you stop paying, you still will have a $50,000 policy? Did you know you got capital gains in your insurance policies? Did you know that? Did you know you can borrow money against your own insurance, but you don't have to if it's paid for? Did you know that? I used to work for an insurance company. But all my children, Philip, Kelby, AA, I took policies out when they was first born, except for Philip. My children, Kelby came in right now. Hers is about done. But my children, they won't have to take out an insurance policy. These are 5-minute grits. Let me show you the difference. You cook these like old-fashioned grits. They cook a long time. They 5-minute grits. Let's get this warmed up, but not too fast. They 5-minute grits. These are good grits. And when you turn it off, they'll settle real good. But they coarse. They won't be ready within a minute or so. Hey, Judith Fluellen. Hey, Judith. Good to see you. How you and the boys doing? Are they men now? I'm sorry. Charles Fluellen, boo, right there. With that pretty hair. And on top of that is Dr. Excuse me. Dr. Fluellen. So these are what we call, they cook longer. So these actually are 5 minutes of coarse grits. And you're going to want them to cook so that the butter's already been in here and the salt. But when they get done, we're going to add more. Okay? And so then we made these pancakes from scratch. Pancakes are exactly what they're called. They are cakes. I don't know why people don't know that. You got to have an egg. You got to have a little sugar. You got to have a little butter. You got to have some salt. You got to have some flavoring in there. You got to have your flour. You got to have your wet ingredients, which is your milk. And you just made a cake. You got to make sure it's the right consistency. Okay? So that's what we're doing. We're going to turn this on low. Because, you know, when they get the popping, it's about ready. And over here, we're finna start cooking. So I want to tell y'all, I got with a major insurance company when I was a young girl. And it has never changed names. And I got insurance, good insurance, on my husband and my kids when I was 20-something years old. And when Avery was 1 or 2, I got her whole life like Kelby. Now, I only have to pay $21 for Avery's, $21 for Kelby's, and $23 for Avery. And then I pay almost the same for me and my husband. So if something happens, and it's almost paid up, I could borrow, but I would never borrow from my insurance. Because if you borrow from your insurance, there's an interest that you have to pay on whole life. So if you are young, I'm really talking to you. Do not let nobody convince you to get term. Go ahead and get your whole life. Get your whole life, baby. Okay? We're going to add a little bit of this butter. Get your whole life while you're young. Tell your kids right now. I know they children can be riders, but if they don't mind, go and that way we don't have to do no lemonade funds. We don't have to do no GoFundMe. We don't have to do nothing. Yes, they your kids. Don't nobody need to tell you what to do. And I'm so sick of that. I really am sick of that. When you tell your mom and everybody, them my kids, can't nobody tell me what to do with them. If I can't tell you what to do with your kids, do not come and ask me to bury your child. And I'm not trying to be smart. And you can say everybody struggle. But some insurance at a young age, they won't struggle. If I get in a hard time right now, Shelby got half of the money already on her insurance. If she don't want to keep up the policy, and when it gets to that point, I got 3 policies. In the next 2 years or a year, they'll be completely paid for. I could pay it right now. When I say completely, that's what I mean. Okay, so we made a cake, and now we're gonna cook it in a skillet. It's called a pancake. Okay, so let's see. You can make yours a thin. Now, if you want to make yours like crepes, you add more liquid. Okay, that's up to you. It's how thick you want that pancake. As a matter of fact, let me just add a little bit more, a little water. A little liquid. Because I've been letting them sit. Okay? I want you to understand preparation. A foolish man don't prepare for your home going. Everybody gonna die. You don't want to talk about it. You don't want to think about it. But it's factual. And you don't need term. Term is just what it is. That term policy is for a limited time. It's called a term. I had to add just a little bit to loosen it back up. So because it's called a term, you need to check and see what the term is they're giving you. A lot of times they'll give you a 20-year term policy. So if you are my age in 20 years, you know how old you're going to be. If you my age in 20 years, you're going to be 85. Now, who you think going to want to insure you at 85? Just saying. Also, did you know they have a, now, if somebody commits suicide and you've been with that insurance company for 2 years, people say they don't pay insurance when people commit suicide. Yes, they do. But you better get with a strong company. You don't want to get with no company that you done paid them. They no longer in business and you got all your information, but you can't find them. And you're going to contact the commissioner of insurance, the insurance commissioner. And you know what? If you can't get number 10,000, that's enough to bury. That's enough to bury. 10 to 12,000. No, ma'am. Term policies don't turn into whole policies. No, I don't know who told you that. No, ma'am. That's so not true. That's 2 different things. Term policies don't automatically turn. A term policy don't mean turn. It's term. T-E-R-M. It's for a limited time. And if you don't convey it over to whole life, it remains what you purchased it as. No, ma'am. That's so false. I don't know where you got that information. They do not transfer your policies to something different. You get what you paid for. Okay, so we're cooking us some homemade pancakes. I didn't have any. And when you get those bubbles, you'll know when to turn it over. That's looking real good. We want to get the bubbles in there. I feel so much better than yesterday. Whole life is what you really want. They give you more term insurance. They give you more. You have the right to convey it over if you don't have any health issues and so forth and so forth. But it doesn't do it on its own. But at the same time, it might be a whole lot higher. The older you get, the insurance go up. The premiums go up the older you get. The premiums go up the more health problems you start having. And get you some cancer insurance. Make sure y'all get cancer insurance. Whole life increases in price, but it's a little more pricier than term, but it's got money in it. Your term policy don't have no money. If your policy expires in 20 years, they can choose to renew it or not. You don't get no money. Whole life, your policy is paid up. Whatever you paid into it, you can get it out. Term is just like renting a car. Term is rental insurance. Okay? Let me turn you down. Term is rental insurance. Term is rental insurance. And I'm on live. Term is rental insurance. Okay? That's very important that you understand that. That's all it is. It's like renting a car. What she do, Ed? I'm on live. Look at that pretty pancake. Look at that crunch going around that pancake. That's all it is a cake. You can make them as thick and thin as you want it. It's totally up to you. I said get cancer insurance. You need it. I got cancer insurance on me and Eddie when we were in our 20s. And it's paid up. If we go in the hospital, if we get diagnosed with cancer, they give you a lump sum of money. They pay for all your expenses. If we in the hospital, you can get paid depending on what you want, $1,000 a day, $2,000 a day. They will pay you that. They can never cancel it. Your first diagnosis, you get the lump sum. Depending on how much you purchased. You can get $2,500, $12,000, $20,000. You don't never know what's going to creep up on you. You don't want nothing to creep up on nobody. Okay? Let's get us a plate. See, sometimes when I try to give y'all, I love to laugh. Y'all know I love to show out. I do. I love to laugh. I love to clown around. But I know a lot. And I'm not talking off the top of my head. I know what I'm talking about. And everything I'm telling you to get, I already got. Okay? I already got it. Something can happen to anybody. It's good to have it. And people would say they're there for you, and they will be. They will be. I can't tell you your family ain't going to be there for you. But they just may not be able to pay your bills while you sick. They may not be able to carry you. You know. People can love you and can't carry you. See, we get mad. We want people all of a sudden to magically have money to take care of you, and you can't lose your home if you get sick. They may not be making that kind of money. They can't take care of you and themselves. If you get in a hard time right now, if you got whole life and you've been paying on it, you got money built up. And after a while, whole life, you can pay that insurance off completely. I had got a couple of insurance policies, some small ones as well, to add to the big one. And they come and told me they will be paid off in 2 years. You won't make payments on this, and I will forever have that policy. It ain't going nowhere. They call paid up policies. Get places like you can get like Liberty National. It's been around since I was a kid. Prudential been around since I was a kid. These are companies that started in the beginning of the 1900s, like 1901, 05. You don't just go flopping around with people. Get with a company and make sure that company is solid, it's registered, you know, it's got the things you need in case something go wrong. And you can go over there and talk to your commissioner and they can get you your money. See, money walked through the door for me yesterday. Money walked through the door for me yesterday. Y'all know what I'm dealing with my husband? And I have cancer insurance. And they came yesterday. And they took my claim. I don't have to pay nothing. I don't have to pay no deductible or nothing. And they can't cancel. They can't cancel it. Now, once they find out you got it, you can't go to a higher plan. I can go to a higher plan. I can go to a higher plan. But I'm trying to tell somebody, I'm not claiming you're gonna have nothing. We didn't have it when we got it. We didn't have that. We're 20-some years old. We hunching every day. We ain't have that. But life got to happen. So let me show you. These grits are finished. Okay? And I'm gonna let them sit just like you do. You know these grits good when you get this little ring around them. Let me show you. You all know them grits is good. You know these grits is all right when you get this ring around them. Honey, that let you know they real grits right there. Y'all know I ain't lying. Y'all must have didn't grow up like I grew up. And then when you know them grits is right. Yep, they gonna just sit here and do their thing. And when it's time for me to get over here, they're gonna be ready. They don't want. There go your pancakes. I'm gonna wipe this up. There go your pancakes. There go one. There go two. Made them at home like a cake. Okay. I'm just trying to help somebody. Do it before you start getting any conditions. And like if you, the policies now.
I did all this in the living room. Look,
Go get me that dish rag.
It's done. Look.
I'm looking. Can you go get me the dish rag?
Where? The one in the sink?
I don't put milk in my grits. Now, I know people that put milk in their grits and everything. And I don't mind when it's,
What is that supposed to be?
these are pancakes.
No, like they look, like the top looks weird and the side looks...
It's just crunchy, Ava.
It looks like one of the movies me and I used to watch.
A movie?
Yeah. It was like Beauty and the Beast when the little cat crawled under the table.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we watched that movie. That's the new movie that came out.
Beauty and the Beast is an old movie.
No, the new Beauty and the Beast came out.
Oh, okay.
But we never went to see.
I use a certain scooper all the time. Like if I want pancakes and I want them a certain way, I use a 1/4 cup.
Well, I know how to do pancakes too. Do you know that?
Yeah, but not, I don't know. But I'm going to show you how, but not right now. I don't want to show you stuff on gas because the gas, when you turn it on, it kind of jump out high. And I'm just scared, okay? So
You
we
could get
put another
started.
pancake in there.
You always used to get stuff started.
Now, there's nothing wrong with it. I just don't put them in mine. Some people fill their grits with pepper. I'm a person like, everybody may not want pepper. Let them. You can put that stuff already. Syrup is over there somewhere, ain't it?
Well, yeah, probably not good enough.
I thought we had some.
Oh, it's under your thing. Here.
Some people put some. Thank you. You can just leave it over there where I had it.
It was under your thing. So like,
Some people put sugar in their grits. No. Some people put cheese. No. You can do all that when them grits is finished. My husband likes sugar in his grits. I do not. So
you know what I like
when I
grits?
get finished, he can put as much as he wanted to in here. Let me go and make this cook this breakfast fast. Huh?
Can you make real butter in the grits?
Yeah, I got butter in them.
Okay, I'm just making sure because I got it so much extra.
Hey, I put butter in my grits all the time. You ain't got to tell me.
I want to taste them. I don't have to make it.
So times get hard. Some of these companies can fold. Learn how to make your own pancakes. Be your own and your mom. Miss Perline's got a good product. And I miss seeing that lady. Y'all, is it wrong? I miss seeing Aunt Jemima on the pancake container. I feel like we took away the only money that Aunt Jemima was making. In the same way, we took they didn't get paid no money anyway. Now we done lost their image. We done lost the man off the oatmeal box. We done lost Uncle Ben. I just don't understand why people won't leave. What good is it gonna do? Like I don't understand how you can erase history. Like we waste money on stuff. I go to Stone Mountain. The Confederate stuff up there don't bother me. I done climbed it. I don't know the people. I don't even know my history like that. They taught us about that Kingston was supposed to be the capital of Atlanta. And then Sherman came through and he destroyed Kingston. And so Atlanta became the capital of Georgia. I don't understand. It don't make no sense to me. It's a part of history. It happened. You could say, well, we don't want to keep... why not? Look how far you come. People too sensitive. Everybody is an activist for everything that don't make no sense. And then we sit around here and spend all that money moving monuments. When we could have been using it somewhere else. Let me turn you around. I just want to know. Because sometimes I just think I can't express how I feel. Because y'all get mad. If I tell y'all right now my view on who could run this world, y'all will get mad at me. So I can't say nothing. Get that pancake right there. My God, from Zion. Let's get this done because my husband going to be hungry and I want him to eat them hot. So let me go ahead and move expeditiously. Spray. And then get your scooper. Hold on, let me set you down for a second. Just right there. Right there. Ooh, right there. It's a good one. Spread that out. Spread it out. And we're going to bust some eggs real quick. Get them pancakes down. Let's get me another skillet. These grits are ready. Yeah. And then I'm going to bust these eggs up. What, Avery? You so disrespectful. That's just so crazy. Some stuff you ought to know better. You just do stuff. That's why I can't even let you go stay with people. You ought to want to try to talk to your own self and do better. Hold on, y'all. Let me get this thing so I can bust these eggs. I don't know know about y'all, but when I grew up, the way Avery had, boy, them old folks would have made Avery had some sins. And I try. It just, oh God. I be like, Lord have mercy. This thing was severe. It was more severe than I thought. That's why I say your mental health is real. This thing was more severe than I thought. Alright? And I ain't trying to be small. I adopted her. I didn't know all this. But I'm having to deal with it. She mine. Put a little butter with my little bacon grease. Okay, come on over here. We're gonna do some eggs. She mine, but Lord Jesus, you don't know where you getting them from. Ooh wee. A little bacon grease. Bacon grease and them eggs. My God, with a little regular butter. Turn that up to like number 2. I'm trying to get it. I like gas, but ooh, gas is something else. I'm gonna bust a few eggs. Let me get that cheese going. I'm gonna overdo it because I want to enjoy my husband. I miss them days when we could wake up when we wanted to and just eat breakfast at 2 o'clock. All day long. Y'all remember those days? So what I do with my cheese, y'all already know what I do. My cheese and eggs, I use Velveeta. And I curdle my cheese. You don't have to do yours this way. I'm just showing you how to cook. Around this part. Make sure you don't cook it too high because you don't want to burn the cheese. And then stay with it. Move it around. I have to watch it with this. Let's go over here and check on these. This is another pancake ready to come out. We'll drop another. And a sister and a brother. Alright, so far we got 2 apiece going. Now we're going to bust us some eggs over here. Put a little milk in the eggs. Do a little something for the internet. Please sprinkle me, baby, sprinkle me. And I appreciate it. Yeah, that's how we're making them pancakes. We got the grits. We got the bacon. We got the grits right there. We got the cheese. We finna do the eggs. I'm finna bust the eggs. I'm about to bust these eggs. And I think we got a lot to do today concerning the house. I'm going to pick out my flooring. I got to pick out my flooring. my backsplash. The cabinets is here. That's so much to pick up. That's 4 eggs, 2 eggs apiece. I even like eggs. We was going on the egg diet when them eggs was so high. Yeah, that's it. 2, 4, 6. That's 7 one. That's it. My house is almost complete. Don't start no renovation. Do not start it. I add a little milk. Or you can use water. So if you don't have any milk, okay, I'm finna turn you down. If you don't have any milk, use water. So don't get into it that you can't make your eggs fluffy. If you don't have milk, use water. Everything got something to substitute it with. Okay? Getting that cheese like I want it. You can put water in your egg. Is that, no, that's not my new kitchen. I'm in a rental property. My kitchen is going to be all right. It's not going to be grand. It's not going to be nothing fancy. It's going to be simple because I'm simple. It ain't going to be over the top. Okay. Thank y'all whoever gave me some stars I didn't see. So come on, let's put this in here and curdle this cheese. Okay. Sometimes I be looking at my live. I be like, Tracy, you got too close. You look cross-eyed a little bit. A little bit. She's a good machine. Oh, baby. Ooh, baby. Do the bump automatic, systematic. Dancing to the music. Stop. Once you get that cheese curdle, I'm gonna have to make y'all another hash brown casserole. Once you get it curdled in there real good, you don't need the whisk no more. It's curdled now. Because when the cold hits the hot, I just need to add a little salt and pepper. A little pepper, not a whole lot. You can add more, they want more. A little salt. I ain't saying that, Abby.
What she said?
She right. You gonna hush about?
I just got out. I used that honeybee soap. Honeybee that you bought. Was it your own?
Hey, come on. Come around. Dump that in the trash can.
Wait, stay down where. Okay.
Dump the eggs and then put the other stuff in. Come on, pancakes. Let's get them. Daddy's ready to eat. I wish I could read y'all comments better, but I don't have my glasses. But y'all know what? It's okay. Like really, before God, there is so many ways. I want to tell y'all some stuff. Are y'all older people on here this morning? Do I have older people on here? Do I have any senior citizens 50, 60, 70 years old? Anybody got an older home? Anybody got an older home on here? Anybody need roofs replaced on here? Anybody got anything like that on here? You don't have to tell me. I don't need to know where you live or anything. I'm just asking a simple question. You don't have to answer it. And if it's personal, that's your business. But if you do, let me talk to you. All right? I'm gonna make y'all laugh when I want to make y'all laugh. But right now, I'm about educating you all. There are programs that will put your roof on for free. If you have a program called HUD, USDA, they do home improvements for you. If you're a senior citizen, if you own your home, they will come out and they will give it. Sometimes it's free, but sometimes it's so cheap what you got to pay to get it done. You'll never find a contractor to do it that cheap. Also, you need to look. There are certain places that is working with certain energy in different places. Like our place is called Taltuna. If you live in Columbus, Georgia, Bartow County, Cobb County, Polk County, Gordon County, Heard County, I can't remember who all we represented. I represented Bartow County. We give you money. We give it to senior citizens first. We do it at different times. We do winterization. How much it costs? It's free. Look up Talla, Talla, tuna, Toona, Talla, Toona. And they help pay your utilities. They have programs to do winterization. Did you know Georgia Power would do you free installation up to a certain point of square footage of your house? They got a program going on. I don't know who your energy provider is. Georgia Power would do it. Now, if your house is extremely big, they'll come back and charge you. They may do your whole house for $500 if you got a big house. But up to 1,500 square feet, they will insulate that for free. Anything after that, it costs you money. Okay? So we got these pancakes almost finished. We got these eggs. I have not touched these eggs yet. I'm finna pull these eggs toward me. Okay, I'm finna turn you around and let me see. Should you get solar panels? Yeah, if you can afford it. If you can afford it, there's nothing wrong with it. Now, I haven't heard that anything is wrong with it. There's a lot of people have solar panels. They got that because a lot of people that live off the grid. They live off the grid. They live in Alaska. They live off the grid. They live here off the grid. And so solar panels are being used and also to save money. There's a lot of people that don't want to connect to having to pay monthly bills, and ain't nothing wrong with that. So we're going to turn this heat up just a little bit on these eggs because all the cheese done melted in them now. They have married together. They friends. It's in there. Pump it up just a little bit more with this gas. Right? You need to look it up. Also, if you need insulation in your house, you need to call Georgia Power. Ask them about the insulation program that they got. We got my mama's house done, a portion of it. They'll come in and they will install insulation up in your attic and stuff like that. I said Al. I didn't say nothing about no Al. I said Taltuna, Georgia Power. Check your government websites. Tallatoona. It's one word. Taltuna. and they will work their way down. They even pay your bill if you're not a senior citizen, but senior citizens' bills get paid first. Okay? They get first rights. Also, if you, like I say, check and see if you got HUD, USDA. See if you got a rural HUD rural. That means they will come out and they will do work on your house. It comes, now some of it you have to pay them, but it's so small. It's just a small amount of money because they're already based on your income. Okay, because we got to keep these older homes together. Don't come in here, I'm on live. Don't come in here, I'm on live. Spell it. Go ahead. Don't come in. Don't.
OPTION.
What did that spell?
Option.
Good job. Good job.
Choices.
All right. See that? Y'all see what my sister do in Atlanta? The one that's not a school teacher is the one that worked with my daughter all the time. When I come back to do the short ribs, I'm going to get the information for y'all on that. Especially those that's watching me, that I know that we have one of these branches in your town. Okay? We've got them in different locations. So and just because you're not in my county, we have those branches in a lot of different counties. So if I might have named your county and don't know it, because we have one for Calhoun, Cedartown, Carrollton, Bremen. We have a branch in Cobb County. Okay. Your energy provider, you may not even be with Georgia Power, but I will tell you, in order for Georgia Power to do what they want to do for you, they need to be your provider. I did need to tell you that. If you with Certa Energy or something, or Cobb EMC, then you have to find out what program they got going for you. Okay. If you with Georgia Power, they do have an installation program. Do we have one in? Yeah, I think we do have one in DeKalb County. And I'm not sure. I got to get the list. I can't remember where all we are. I know we are in Polk County, Floyd, Gordon, Hurd, Cobb, Bartow. I have to get the list of how many. Yeah, you can get a plate, Miss Ella Brown. You sure can. It's almost ready. I'm going to take all these pancakes and run them through the microwave. So they'll be super hot. The grits are on warm. And we about done. Okay? I'll show y'all what we got. And I measure my stuff out. I ain't got no more. I don't waste. I got grits. I got pancakes. I got eggs. I got bacon and sausage. Bad. Oh, no, it's all right. I wish I could come over and get some breakfast with me. Put a little butter around there. Throw some eggs. Pull them to the middle. I'm gonna go ahead and always, Sheila. So that's how I do my eggs. And I take my time with them. Okay, they about ready. They just about ready. And then my breakfast is going to be served to my boo thing. Ooh, I tell you, this is the best I done felt in a few days. I feel good enough to get up and fix some breakfast. My God, from Zion. That fibromyalgia flare-up, it's wearing off. But man, I've been in pain. I've been a cover girl for y'all. I've been covering that junk up. That junk was no joke. My heart go out to people that's got sickle cell and stuff like that. My goodness. That's something else, the pain that you feel in your body. Ooh-wee. Some good old grits right there. Almost done with these eggs. I'm almost done with this pancake. I'm gonna fix my man breakfast. And my man. I may not be a movie star, but when it comes, honey, to being happy, baby, we are. Ain't a man today that can take me away from my man. They can't take me away from my guy. I'm stuck to my guy like a bird to a feather. We stick together. I'm telling you from the start, I won't be torn apart from my guy. Because single people love to tell you to leave your man. People who done had unsuccessful stuff see things they way. Oh, I hope I didn't break that. The ones that love to give you, I think I did. The one that want to give you advice from the top of their head, they giving you advice from their experience with somebody. Them the main one. Girl, if I was you, I would leave him. He a egg-sucking dog. All these relationship experts. That ain't my story. What happened with me and mine, yeah, he did the same thing your guy did. Your guy wasn't sorry. No, I'm not saying because I got a lot to lose, but I do. I'm not going to put up with disrespectful behavior. Or wonder if I get with somebody else and he do it again. Wonder if I'm attracted to that type of man. Wonder if my energy tells me, you keep picking the same type of dude, then I need to search myself. Baby, if I keep getting attracted to men that like to share their opinions, I'm attracted to that type of spirit. Now I gotta search me. I don't even need to get with nobody else. I need to do some research on me and say, why am I drawn to this type of spirit? When did it enter into my life? Where in the world did I come across this? Why am I so comfortable with this? Why am I accepting this? Why do I accept the man beating me? And say, well, that's just how he is. He get like that when he get drunk. Why am I putting up with that? I can't say nothing to him. I'm going to work on my short ribs. I'm going to marinate them. These are my short ribs. I'm going to marinate them. Let me show you how pretty these short ribs are. And I got some wings in the sink. Let me pull you down for a minute. When you buy short ribs, get you a good butcher. You don't typically see this amount of meat on a short rib. You don't. But you got to get your ribs cut. You need to buy the whole short rib. Let me show you something. That ain't nothing but meat. It's a bone. Look at that meat. Look how thick that is. You don't need but one of these. You don't need but one. Look how much meat. You know what I do? I buy the whole short rib. Because if you don't, if you buy them in the store, they're going to give you a hunk of fat. A whole hunk of fat going to be on there. And you ain't going to have no meat. But at the cheap meat store, I tell them how to cut mine. I be like, shave that fat off right there. Now, if I'm making something, I want fat. I say, shave that fat. I don't want a lot of fat. Leave a little fat. You got to have that skin. But see, I already got marbleization in there. So, I don't want to just walk around and eat a hump. So, I got these ready to marinate. Okay? The next meat I'm cooking. Okay, the next meat I'm cooking, I like 2 meats on Sunday. I don't know, you just switch out. And I'll use this with something else. But I'm getting ready. I got, and then I buy the ends of my, I got a whole thing of these. They sell them in the store. They go so good with rice or just by themselves. So I got that marinated. Okay, so I'm going to come back and do a video on that. I'm going to marinate them for a while. Hey, Cheryl, I just seen your name. Hold on one second. Let me fix Eddie a plate. I'm going to show y'all what I cook. Let's get this plate ready. So, I'm going to take you over here, and I'm going to fix a plate. And then I'm going to let y'all go. Okay? Because y'all ain't trying to learn nothing about. I know y'all say, Miss Tracy, don't say that. Okay, this is what we got, and this is what we're going to fix. I got him some eggs. I got the meat. I got the grits. And I got the pancakes. All right, and I fixed my husband's plate. You know, if he ain't in here, but it ain't a requirement. I can tell you that right now. No, ma'am. No, sir. Y'all look at those eggs. They the cheapest. I'm trying to tell you. You don't eat that many eggs. Hold on, y'all. I'm wasting my time on some of that. Trying to be pretty. Get him a couple of pancakes up there. Put one more. That's a big meal, ain't it? And you know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do? Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second, please. How many seconds? 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Man, I wish I was at home. Just for a brief moment, I thought I had it fixed. But that's what I need a dipping spoon. Give them a little grits like that. I don't have my proper thing I use. All right. Eddie! Eddie!
Yeah.
Your breakfast ready. He could play Charles real good. Now I'm gonna fix AA a plate. Now I'm gonna fix AA a plate. And myself. That's a good meal right there. Them some pretty pancakes. Eddie, your breakfast is ready. See, I said okay. He ain't Charles, is he? He said, I said okay. He don't have a clue. Now I'm gonna use the paper plate for me and AA. You ain't gotta tell her but one time her breakfast is ready. Avery act like she don't like nothing. And Avery will eat any and everything she can get her hands on. She done had a little breakfast, but she'll act like she ain't had none. Give her a pancake. You know who eats almost all the eggs? Avery! Your breakfast is ready. That's AA's. Tracy! Your breakfast is ready. Okay. That's it, and that's all. I didn't make no coffee, but it won't take long. If you want it, he may not want none. And I really don't want it to get cold. Look. Okay. So, the breakfast crew is finished. Huh? I need to get a fork and some syrup. Eddie, will you give me a fork and some syrup? And this is what we got today. All right. Okay. Make sure your you can make anything from homemade. What store? Oh, I go to I call it the cheap meat, but it's called Food Depot. Cheap meat store. Depending on your location. Because it can get a little pricey in certain locations. But the one that I go to, Danielle came down here. She bought so much meat for her mama and her daddy and herself. And she said it lasted so long. Father God, I thank you for the food I'm about to receive. Thank you for the pure heart and making my Father in Jesus' name. Thank you for the food. Yeah, bless it and stretch it. Like my mama said, bless it and stretch it. Because it was going to have to last us, what? All day. Take the first step. How it tastes, y'all? Good. Taste more. What is it? 10 icing? Bomb.com. That's what my grandma used to say all the time. Pancakes got so much flavor. Bomb.com. I had to pull my own chair up. He didn't pull it up for me. Avery gotta come eat. Because we got stuff to do. Mm-hmm. Is it good to you? Mm-hmm. What you rated? Mm-hmm. 10 out of 10. Bomb.com. Bomb.com. All right, y'all. You heard it from her mom. Mm-hmm. Homemade pancake. Ain't nothing like it. If it's time to eat.
I'm hungry. I don't know.
Hey, tell her you gotta eat it. Yeah. Tell her to drink that little fake hot chocolate. That little bit of adult hot chocolate.
You know what that
I can't wait to meet you, Kim. You coming to the reunion.
We drink the real stuff.
I gotta do a head count.
Yes, that dog so great.
I gotta do a head count.
I ain't used it because I ain't bringing all that stuff out here. So we gotta get ready to get packed up here a little bit. So I got a lot of stuff. I took it to the house. I ain't used it.
But
It's at the house.
I'm ready to go home, y'all. I might go home.
It's over there.
I still ain't gonna be ready. I don't want to show y'all till everything is ready. Because I want y'all to get the full outline of what God has done for me.
Okay.
I'm not a bragger. I try to stay humble.
All right.
Anything can be given and taken away. Whatsoever man thinketh, so is he. And that is favor when you remain humble. If you need help getting your roof fixed, don't you tell nobody. You don't worry about what people think. You could have a beautiful home, but your finances ain't changed. They do change. People lose their husbands.
Can you pass me syrup?
They die, or they decide they want to leave.
Mama.
After the kids are grown. There are resources.
You know how to spell it?
And everybody goes through something. You have options.
Why are you saying my word?
How you spell it?
Huh?
How you spell options?
I just said it earlier.
How you spell it?
O-P-I-T.
O-P-T.
O-P-T-I-O-S. N-S.
You almost got it right.
I need a pen.
A fork.
Yeah, I said I need a pen.
And so what I want y'all to do, I'm going to stay humble. I ain't finna let this stuff turn me into nothing but who I am before I turn the camera on. Stay humble.
You're making a mess in here. You're making a big mess.
Well, his food gonna be cold.
Daddy, go eat your food.
I was washing dishes as I went. I finished it. That's all good.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that on Facebook.
He ain't Charles.
We had to put some on the side,
Do
too.
that on Facebook.
Charles don't talk back to Netta.
Make sure the things is good.
Yeah, Charles are not just red.
Ma, I don't know about you, but I like syrup on my pancake. I mean my
Charles needs to be a man.
Mama. I don't know about you, but I like this on my things. I like the dip.
Willie, come get your uncle. Cater my way, Willie J. They say, hey, they know you ain't Charles.
Yeah. Charles too scared.
No,
Hey,
no, no.
Nene.
Charles to do what Netta tell him to do. Charles just might.
All you do is pull one of them little fake flats out one day. I guarantee you to hook it up.
Charles mind Netta. You need to do what I tell you to do sometimes.
Mama. Can you cut the pancake up? I don't have to eat it all.
You don't always have to be the man.
So take her to the hairdresser. You won't be so angry.
Let me show my water I got. Look at my water. Oh, my water.
So she's scared.
I fixed it.
She's scared.
I drank water last night too. I have
And
some.
then they said, hey, right there.
Hey, Aunt Nene, don't mind my hair.
That's, it shakes Cheryl nose. You see it? Don't play with your hair
No, I'm
today.
putting it up.
What you want now?
Tell them, hey.
Hey.
You just got to be talking to her.
Hey.
Avery's Charles.
Hmm?
I said, you can play Charles.
What is that?
When you taste your food, tell me what it is. Is it a 10 out of 10? And all that.
Hey, Miss Dandelion.
Let's get up. Stand up. Stand up.
What?
I'm finna do it something. Stand up. Go over to the side. Hey y'all, today I have pancakes and eggs and grits and bacon. It's time to call Avery. Avery, your breakfast is ready. Pull the chop for my princess. Today we got, what we got, Avery?
Normal stuff.
Put it down. Say your prayers.
Amen.
Amen. How it taste?
Good.
Come on, try those eggs.
Wow, I already tried them. They're good.
What you rate them? Bacon. Okay. Ten out of 10. What you think, Avery? What you rate it? And numbers, what is it?
10 out of
It's the bombed out what?
10.
All right, y'all. So, as you can see, Avery's enjoying herself. So, what'd you say? And that is making people hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Nothing ready.
It is. Who is it? Nettie, your bath is ready.
Daddy bath is ready.
Might as well do it. Everybody else doing it. Don't act like you don't see Netta.
Netta, the lotion is ready.
Netta all over everywhere. Everywhere. Tracy,
Netta, the hair lotion is ready.
your coffee is ready. Hello. This Snicker coffee, Tiffany Townsend turned me on too. Eddie, your sister wife is on here. She says she's ready. Let me go get my phone. Nipper told me
She got
get my phone up.
Yeah, we drink real coffee.
Wait, hold on. I got a question. We eat real popcorn in this culture.
Yep, we drink real coffee up here. It ain't fake.
Eddie.
Nothing ready.
Your wife is ready. Ready, Eddie. Take my wife. Whatever. All right, y'all. I dropped by for a fun time, not a long time today. I'll be back. I gotta do. If I can endure the cold, I do need to go out I got to pick my light fixture, my flooring, and my backsplash today.
Renee, your little electric chair is ready.
Eddie said, Renee, your little electric scooter is ready. Sure, he's talking about you. Sure, Renee, he said, your electric scooter is ready. I got to go pick my stuff out.
Why you looking at me like that?
They looking at me like that.
But I'm so glad I started this project when I did, because can you imagine trying to get through this come February or March? I'd barely be getting finished before the reunion. I might fix something sweet today. I might make a peach cobbler for tomorrow. Well, I really like to do that the same day, though, to be honest with you.
Next Saturday. And make some stuff for brownies and stuff.
I don't want no timeless backsplash and all that. Like I didn't get the waterfall where it falls on the side of my counter. I didn't get that.
Who cooked the bacon? Me.
I cooked everything. So
Normally I don't like bacon, now I just do.
but today I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna do my green beans. I'm gonna
Dang, you didn't
go
have
in here and
a slice
marinate
like
those
that?
short ribs, and then get ready to cook them. And that's about it.
Look, Dang.
I made it through the holidays. You right, Vicky LeGrand. But let me tell y'all this before I get off of here. There are resources, and I'm gonna come back and tell y'all where you can get help, where they can put more insulation in your house, your windows, your roof, and everything. It's ways to make it and survive. Sometimes people let your house run down to the ground and come and offer you money because they know they can fix it. They know they can repair it.
Can I have it to go?
They know it's repairable. And I'm going to tell you kids right now, you better value what your mom and daddy done worked hard for. If you got something to leave your kids, if you got a home that you're leaving, you better value that. And I'm saying this in front of my husband. Make sure.
I can have it.
Oh, yeah, I got what I want.
So okay, that's it.
I know what my backsplash going to be. I love my husband. God knows I do. But if something happens to me, he could take another wife. I'm not leaving everything to my husband. And he ain't got to leave everything to me. Kelby Janae got to run this show. But I'm also not going to give her everything over. You know, my husband don't have nothing, but you have to have the what ifs. Like yesterday, my husband was like, well, we got to put Kelby here. What if? What if both of us go together? Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying if he marries somebody else, she can enjoy it and everything. I just ain't bought this for you. I don't want you to think you finna get it through marriage.
Happy.
I work with my husband to get these things. We would like our children. Now what they do with it after that, I'm gone. I won't know. Because a stranger can enjoy my labor. Did you know that?
I made a sandwich.
I could be gone on to be with the Lord. And everything I work for, a stranger I never met. I never met them. I never met who my grandchildren married. But they in there living in a house that grandmama paid for. And that's why I tell people what we get mad at people over, what we work so hard over, your kids don't see the value till they get older. I see the value now, wanting to wish I had my grandmama here. My aunt, you don't miss your well till your water run dry. But all these nice homesteads and homelands, I see kids go back and remodel 18th century farmhouses because the people realized that they had land and they was going to keep grandpa and grandma's house up. They added to it. People don't want to be in subdivision with homeowners associations no more.
We drunk at the same time. Daddy, we drunk all three.
They don't. If you can find you a house that ain't in no HOAs, a nice little brick house, that's what folks looking for. All those people that had upstairs and downstairs and split levels, they knees and backs bothering them, they looking for ranch style houses. You get in the HOA, these old people ain't trying to hit it. You gonna find them for this. The HOA is going up every minute. They started off this. Now they done went up. They done increased. You can't even use the pool no more. And they still asking you, want to try to put a lien against your house if you don't pay. People don't want that. I always want to live on the phone.
Throw my plate.
Ava said, here go our plate now. I'm trying to tell you. And mine right there with her.
Dad, I'll make it.
Use wisdom. I tell my daughter all the time, you gonna hate, you say you don't want to live here, but if I sell it, and you got to get out there and buy something, that's the same way with insurance. Put your kids on insurance. These children ain't thinking about getting no insurance. They are not thinking. They ain't thinking about, they don't know nothing. You ask half of these kids that's in their 30s, do they got life insurance? All they got is the insurance that's on their job. HOA is good. It's good sometimes. And it depends on who's managing your HOA. Some people need HOAs because they nasty. They'll destroy the whole entire neighborhood. But some management companies keep increasing your HOA, depending on what they got in those bylaws. What do they have in there? What you can and can't do. After a while, you get tired of somebody telling you to do something. You can't paint your house. You can't put this fence up. You got to move this. You got to move that. Did y'all not see what happened to that lady, the Baxters? She was in a subdivision, and it was temporary. She was in a Airbnb in a subdivision, and it had a golf course, and her family member came by, and they parked the car, and it was over on the grass some kind of way, and the HOAs contacted her, and she told them, oh, it's gone. They was just here. Wasn't enough room in the driveway, so they kind of like parked right there. It was the house she had bought, and they kept picking at her. They kept picking at her. They fined her for that. She paid the fine. And then they started doing so many things. They restricted her from being able to use the golf course and the amenities. She went up to see. She said, well, I've paid my HOAs. She said, they were late, but they're paid. So are you going to reinstate me? And the HOA people said, well, we'll get back with you. No, you shouldn't have been able to get back with her. If she is in good standing, you should have gave her back all her rights to the amenities that she pays in her dues. Ebony got tired of dealing with them. So she put the house on the market and sold that house. And they bought a bigger house. And to me, it's nicer. So you have to be careful. And she said she saw racism. They didn't want them in their neighborhood. And they did everything they could. So one day her and her husband went down to the office to talk to him. And when they were talking to the lady, the woman that was running it got mad and told them to leave. She was going to call the police because she didn't want to deal with the drama. Hey, doing it with Calvin. Doing it and doing it and doing it with Calvin. And so her husband said, I'm tired of this. I don't want no confrontation. And Ebony told the police, I didn't even do nothing to her. So, is HOAs good? Depending on who running the HOA. That's all I can tell you. Some people in job positions, it's not the company, it's the person that's working it. Some people got still an issue with the color of people's skin. Now, you're not supposed to steer anybody. You're not supposed to tell them this area is predominantly black, predominantly white. That's called steering. You're simply supposed to show that house. I can tell them about the crime in the neighborhood or refer them to the police department and tell them to call over there, and they will give them an outline of the criminal activity in the community in which they're looking into. But in no form or fashion is any realtor supposed to tell you, well, this neighborhood is predominantly black. No. You ain't supposed to do that. This neighborhood, no, you ain't supposed to do that. And that's another thing, unfortunately. A lot of black people have to take their pictures off their wall. Yeah, you have to. You seen that on the news? That was an article on the news. It was this couple in Florida. And they had their house on the market. And she noticed that the realtor listed their house 20% cheaper than the one they had sold. She went back and forth with the realtor. She said, no, I want my house listed the same as the one that sold above, because my house is bigger. He didn't want to do it. Got his little sign. The house showed a couple of times. He got his little sign, and he dipped. The next realtor they got, they took all the pictures off the wall, except the pictures of her husband and his family, because he was white. Put the house back on the market, got above the listed price, and it sold like that. Sometimes it's just reality. We have to deal with reality. So you have to make sure, see, my daughters and them don't have good HOAs. They having problems. Because every time you turn around, the group before that group done stole money. This is two sets of people in their HOAs that they telling the residents that took money from them. Yeah, they don't know where, Eddie, and misappropriated it. And so therefore, every HOA ain't in your neighborhood. They don't live there. All your when you get HOAs, when the builders put it together, you have a choice to keep it and someone in your neighborhood work it, or you can resource it out. You can source it out to a management group. I don't want HOAs. I don't want them. I don't want them. Some people don't know how to quit dictating. I don't want them. But I also got enough sense to look around. If there were no roads, this is the terminology we use in real estate. If there were no roads, they ain't cut no roads. Cheryl built her house here. Dandelion built her house. Calvin, Mauricia built hers. There's no roads. Miss Marsha Green Jackson built her. Then if there's no roads, that means it's nothing but grass. That means your land run together. I can look across the street. If that yard is nasty, I'm not buying that house, because my land going to touch that person's land. It's just like when you're trying to zone or get something done, you have to send a letter to everybody who your land touch. You got to send a letter to Miss Marsha Green Jackson, because her land touch Cheryl Knows Scott's. You got to send a letter to Rosemary Turner. You got to send a letter to Linnell Vattel, to Dandelion. You got to notify them, because if there were no roads, y'all land would run together. And so if there's no roads and I'm out looking for houses, and you got 13 cars stacked up, and the outside of your hedge bushes looking bad, your paint, you need to pressure wash. I'm not buying. I'm not buying next to you. Cause you're gonna make the value of my house look bad. Your land touch. Look at the houses. That's why I really want to be on me a good 5 to 10 acres. And I don't want to be in those. I don't even, the little subdivision, we don't have HOAs. It ain't even 20 houses. But because they sit on so much, 3 acres across the street, 2. I'm on 1. I just don't want to live in a home, in a subdivision. I'd rather find a cute little house that need a little work, and I have peace. But you can't find them. Nowadays, you can't find them. It used to be you could find a home for $50,000 and flip it. You could fix it up. A little cute little 2-bedroom, 2-bath. Things like that. A lot of people look for that when they get older because they're ready to settle down. That's why a lot of people are selling their homes and getting RVs so that they can travel. Don't get me wrong. They can tell you how pretty they live, how big. Look at this house. Look at this house I'm in. This is a simple 3-bedroom, 2-bath house with a kitchen and a living room. That is it. Everything in this house is what you see right now. This is the whole buck of the house. That's 1 bedroom. It's 2 bedrooms down the hallway. Come on around. This is the buck. And this is what the average person is buying. But seeing that I got access to everybody's tax records and so forth, these houses, this house, and this subdivision, they're selling it for $350 to $375 for a ranch this size. They done sold them. And they got a phase 2. And phase 2, if you get full upgrades, the granite countertops and the flooring and stuff, then you're going to pay about $425. They ain't built worth nothing. Your floors ain't going to never squeak because they on cement. And ain't nothing wrong with no house on cement slabs. You just break up, if the pipes bust, you just break up the area where the piping is. It gets fixed and it gets poured back in. But I'm saying like any amenity, any upgrade you get. This chair rail was an upgrade. Any upgrade. So that's why I said people going to have to come back home to make it, because houses is too expensive for these people to get out of. These kids getting out of college, and the medium price range for a house is anywhere from $350 to $400 and something for a simple home. Not no full basement. Not no full finished basement. What you get for $500,000, it ain't nothing. You don't get land. They putting them on top of each other. In Georgia, we were used to land and stretching out. So, it is what it is. But we just don't value. Now me, I'll be honest with you, I could sell our house and go live with my mom. I could. Because my mama got a nice home down there. And I'd be right there where I came from, in the environment that I came from, with the people that I know, the remainder of my cousins and stuff like that. I could live. And see, my mother-in-law house ain't there no more. It caught on fire, It burned down, so they had to tear it down. But in my mind, I still see it. When I ride past that street, I still see in my mind, I can close my eyes and tell you about my mother-in-law house. I could tell you about the yard, how it looked, what color it was. It was blue. That one step up, or either you can come from the side. Ranch style house, come in, it's a big living room, open. She had an open floor plan. You could see from the kitchen to the living room. The dining room was right there. Like this, it was open. She had one bedroom on that side like that. And she had 3 more down the hallway. I could live at my mama's house, but my husband won't. My mama got 4 bedrooms and 2 baths. Now, he loved my mama. He loves my mama, and my mama loved him. He's never been disrespectful to her. He hasn't. So, but I would make that money while the money can be made. Not sit on that money and take my old home place and add a little whatever I want to add to my mama's house. I could stay there. I really could. Because I don't know when we're going to get to this point again where you can get this much for homes and stuff like that. Yep, that's the house I grew up in. And see, one thing about my mama, even when my daddy didn't want to, my mama would make my daddy upgrade. My mama keep up with her house. She got a generator. My mama keep everything up. She get her whole house insulated. She keep up with her paint. She finna get a new roof. My mama's house is nice. Very nice. And nicely kept. It's solid. When I say it's solid, my mama's house was built with cinder block first. That stuff, baby, you get you a cinder block house. That's what Africans be building with. And then later on, she added, brick and siding and stuff like that. Yeah. No, nobody live with my mama. We all got our homes. Yeah, it's called cinder block, sure. Yeah, I know. I've been talking to Monique. I can tell you right now, when I sell houses to Africans, Miss Tracy, what do the lender base what they will loan you on? Your income, your debt to income is based on, you can make, okay, just say you make $75,000 a year. That's good money. But you got a front ratio and a back ratio. You got things you need, a must-have stuff. And then you got things that you, like medical bills and things like that you don't necessarily ask for. They don't hold that against you. But credit card debts, child support, your car notes, food, they take in consideration your debt. You got a front and a back. And when they add it up, like for instance, you could be making $75,000 a year, but you paying $30,000 in child support. So now we got to deal with what's left, $45,000. And we got to take out the car note, how much you still owe on that car. Or you can go back and say you only owe $25,000 a year or $20,000 in child support. And so we got to consider everything that's already coming out. Because remember, your lender is a bank or some type of financial institution. So then they're going to look and say, well, she got a $500 car note. They got this and they got that. She got credit card debt. She got student loans. And that's another thing with them student loans. You can put them in deferment. But after a period of time, like if you're trying to come buy a house, they're going to look and see. They're going to look and see and say, if this ever gets out of deferment, she owe $100,000 in student loans. That means her monthly payment will be $1,000 minimum if they accept that. They do that. I had a client want to buy a house. She made good money. The problem is she had a student loan that was $100,000, and so it was in deferment. But they said just in case it get out, they maxed that as $1,000 a month to pay back the government. She wasn't in default, but the home that she wanted, it caused her not to be able to qualify for that home. The home that she wanted was going to be, it was like $375,000. And it bumped her out of that category. So, be careful. Don't buy nothing while you're trying to buy a house. Don't go buy a new car. Because see, what happens is when they get through with you and they start requiring different documents, if anything show up on that last credit pull, you may not be able to close on your house. Don't use your credit cards when you're getting ready to buy a house. Do not use credit cards in purchasing, because you can run them cards up, which will mess up your debt to income. Don't be late making no payments on your credit card, your car, or anything. A lot of signature loans and stuff like that, little financial places, they don't report unless you're behind. We have to have certain things. So you have to be careful. Some people tell you to go out here and use all these different things, Afterpay, Klarna, and stuff. If you're buying a house, you don't want to use it. And the more you spend, the more in debt you get to them. The more in debt you get, the higher. Credit cards give you more money closer to you are to your budget. If you got $10,000 on a credit card and you at $9,500, they're going to send you out a letter and tell you, congratulations, we increased you from $10,000. Now you're qualified for $15,000. Because they already know you about to hit over. They want you to get over that $10,000. That's not good all the time. They baiting you to get you deeper in debt. Next thing you be like, oh, they done got me up to $25,000. How much you owe? Baby, I'm at $15,000 on that credit card, but it ain't maxed out. That's not how you do it. When you get ready to purchase, you should not open up anything. You don't need to do anything that's going to cost your debt to income ratio. That could disqualify you for the amount of money that you're going to get. See, first, a processor comes and see you. They gather your information. I mean, a loan officer. A loan officer comes to see you. They gather your information. When they get the packet together, they send it to a processor. The processor begins to feed it to the financial institution, to Wells Fargo, to whatever institution you're going to use. They begin to gather all this stuff and send it to underwriting. Underwriting, when they look at the packet, they start requesting certain things. Okay, let me see. Okay, she's got that. Okay, she's got her verification of employment, her verification of rent. She's got her verification of deposit. She got her 3-month bank statement. They begin to go through and look. But they may not like everything. They be like looking at your credit card, talking about, well, what I need her to write me a letter, an excuse to why this right here had went into default. It's no longer in there, but we need to know what happened. Because they're trying to figure out if they can trust you to give you that money based on your report of how you live, your credit report shows how reckless you are in spending. See what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna lend you no money. And so while the processor come back and ask you to write the letter, because you never get to talk to the underwriter. You never get to meet them. She's only gonna deal now with the processor. And every time she looks at your packet, if it's anything questionable, she's gonna come back to the processor. And you done gave it before. But now you in a month, almost about to close. She's gonna ask for some new check stubs. A new savings, checking and savings statements. She's gonna want updated. If she goes and when you turned your first one in, you had $10,000 in savings. This time when she collects your 3 months, you ain't got but $5,000. They want to know why. What happened to that money? Or if they verify your checking and stuff, all of a sudden, $15,000 show up in your account that wasn't in there. You gotta tell them where that money come from. So what happens is, if you gonna get money for your down payment from your mom and your daddy, even though you told them you're gonna pay them back, thank you, Chef Scott, for the stars. There's a letter has to be wrote. Well, we'll give you a makeshift letter, and they sign it, and it'll say, I am giving my son or my daughter, Avery, $5,700 as a gift toward the purchase of her home. And it's got to be signed by both people. Now in the court, if your child dirty, you said it was a gift. I know you made a deal behind the thing. But if anybody come for the finance department or something talking about y'all took my money, they gonna be like, you gave that to them as a down payment, ma'am. You signed this paper. It was listed as a gift. So please, if you're purchasing, don't go out here using stuff. Don't go out here messing with your debt to income ratio. I don't care how much money you made. You're going to have to get a statement. Cheryl said my daddy did it for her. You're going to have to get a statement. Because Cheryl wasn't married at that time. But me and Eddie did our own. You have to get a statement for child support. If you got a child support order, they have to have it and see it. And yes, you can buy a house on disability. You sure can. But you just have to provide them. If that disability is long-term, short-term, and things like that, they have to have the conditions. Because no disability is always. That's why you have to go back in. Girl bought a car and changed jobs right in the middle of closing. I bet you she didn't get that house. Now, you can change your job if it's the same career path. So let me give you an example. If I'm an auditor and I was working over here and I go work for the IRS as an auditor, I can still use that. If I'm working at McDonald's as a manager and then I go over to work for Burger King as a manager, I can still use that. I'm in the same profession. But I can't go working for the city of Cartersville in customer service and then turn around and go, now I work at McDonald's. That's two different careers. So then now you got to wait another whole year. You have to give us a year of employment. So you will not be able to get that house. So you'll never want to switch jobs. That's called a VOE. We have to get a verification of employment. You never switch a job. And you never buy nothing. You don't buy no cars. You don't mess with your money that much. They need to see that your money is consistent. if you go right now and pull a lump sum of money out trying to do something, they're gonna say, "What in the world was you doing?"
So you put
I got a good one.
579 divided by 6. No.
I got a good one. It was a man. He was gonna buy this house from these people, and so in the process of it, he convinced the people to let him go ahead and start doing work on it. And the man pulled money to do the renovation on the house. So when it was time to close on the house, he didn't have the money that he needed to close on the house. So he ended up doing, he didn't qualify. He ended up doing work on a house that he couldn't buy because he had to wait because he didn't have the money. You should never ever do anything on a property that is not yours. So what ended up happening is that the deal, it didn't fall through, but it had to be put on hold. And the people could have reappraised that house and said they wanted more for it. So it's good that they were honest and they was fair. But the man had to wait. He had to wait like a month. And then he had to prove different things. And he was able to get the home. But you should never do work. I don't care if it's a side deal. I don't care if you buying it. If you don't do a closing, if you buy from buy here, pay here, if you buy from an owner, you still need to have a closing. If you buy a lease with the option to buy and you're ready to buy, or the owner financing it, if the owner going to finance it, then you need to have a closing. That just means the owner is going to be listed as the financial institution and you're going to be listed as the buyer. His position on the deed changes. It changes from being the owner to the financial person. And you're the buyer now on that property.
Okay, that's enough. Now figure out the answer.
Okay? And that's why you can't sit around here, especially with these lease, with the options, and you go drop all that money.
So you're going to do...
And then, if you don't qualify in that time, they don't have to give you that money back. I know this guy, he put down $15,000 for a rental property.
Let me show you.
And he stayed there for 3 years. When his option to buy, the lady gave him another year to get his stuff together. He didn't. And she told him, I'm going to sell this because we're in this point now in this pandemic that I can get a lot of money. She was selling it to him for $150. When she got him out of there and she redid it, she sold it for like $325. But he lost that $15,000. He didn't get nothing. So I don't know why. I'm finna get off of here. I've enjoyed y'all. I could go all day long when it's dealing with, educating you on stuff. And I got to come back and cook later. So, again, I'm going to make sure I find out the name of every county that we're in so that you can get some money for your gas bill and stuff like that.
So, do you put these two numbers before you
I have no idea. I don't know.
And I got to let y'all go do y'all work. Miss Sarah Walker says she's supposed to be cleaning up. All right, y'all good. Lots of good information. My niece and I are in the process of buying a house, separate house. Well, let me tell you something. Don't do anything. If you're in the process, it's called a process. So make sure that you don't do anything that would cause you not to get it. I recommend you don't tell people when you're going to buy a house. You don't tell people when you actually going to buy it. You wait till you close because it can fall apart at the table. We've had transactions that fell apart at the table because, like Deacon Calvin said, somebody quit their job. You quit your job, or somebody went and bought a car and they don't qualify no more.
I don't know why you did it that way.
That's the way you're supposed to. That's the way
they
teach us in school.
Okay, but you did it another way over here.
So if it's nothing, it's a lot of ways to buy a house. I ain't even gotten into that yet.
Go back to your
Sometimes we use private
whatever you
lenders.
was doing earlier was right.
We use private lenders. People that's got money that's willing to finance your house, and they go down as your financial person. They go down as a lien holder, as your financial lien holder against that property.
What you do with the page?
Not all the time do you have to go through a bank. Sometimes you're so close and the only thing that's messing you up is your credit score. And we have a private lender. They may charge you 1 or 2% higher than the market interest rate. So in other words, if it's a private lender and 6% interest rate, they're going to charge you 8. But you'll be able to get that house. And after 2 years or 3 years with that private lender, make sure you put the option in there that you got the right to, with that private lender to refinance with anybody you want without a penalty. Okay, so that's very important. Make sure if you get a house with a private lender, that you got the right to refinance whenever you want to, and don't be penalized for it. Fannie Mae, FHA, VA and all that, I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about your GI Bill. I'm not talking about VA loans. They are great. You can do VA loans. You get 100% down. Your interest rates is always lower than market. I'm talking about people that are having hard times to buy. The middle score is not high enough. We can use a private lender. Sometimes y'all don't ask enough questions. You have to talk to your financial person, and they look at your stuff and you like, look, man, my credit score keep being low. It keep being low. I'm making payments, but this company, they report on this and that, and they have to look in there and realize what's going on, why you need to have this taken off, but it's going to take 30 days. You ain't got enough revolving credit because you bought your phone with Metro PC instead of AT&T. Metro PC don't report. You don't have enough revolving credit. You just got a light bill. You just got a signature loan. No, we need bills. We need things that revolve every month. So you got your rent. You might be in your mama's home where you don't have no rent. There's a way to go around that. Your mama can report you as a renter if she wants to and start put something together as though you are a renter in her house. I can go on and on. My God, don't get me started. One time I did a workshop on financials and things like that. Dandelion took my class. I charged $25, I think, for that Zoom class. And it was really informative. I had attorneys there. I had lenders. And we had an amazing class. But, like I say, my life on this Facebook is here. But I have a life off of Facebook. I need to rename it The Breakfast Talk. All right, Dandelion. Listen, I know I've been on here a long time, and I didn't come for it. But you have any questions, you can email me at mamascooking@gmail.com. You can email me. I help you to the best of my ability. I answer the questions that you have. I want to see people in ownership. I want to see people grab land. I want to see people have stuff more than clothing. I want to see people go from being renters to owners to be able to leave something to your children. And if you are a renter, ain't nothing wrong with it. Nobody's disrespecting you. Make sure you don't turn your nose up to double wide trailers and modular homes, baby. Please believe me, they the ones sitting on 2 and 5 acres of land. You can always rezone that land. You can always take part of that land after you pay off your modular home, and then take that 10 acres it's sitting on, break it down to 2-acre tracts. Leave an acre with the original one. Take that trailer and rent it out. Rezone the rest of the property you finna build on, and turn around and build your dream home, and then use the modular home as rent. But anyway, that's another whole story. I've been one for 20 years, Melissa Montgomery. I've been doing this for 20 years. I did half for 30 years. I did them simultaneously. And I also do furniture. But I'm so glad, y'all. I just get silly sometimes, and then I get serious. Honey, I'm like the weather. You don't know who you're going to get. Now, this evening, we're going to cook and be silly. I feel like a silly spirit this evening because I done showed y'all good panties in case you pee on yourself and everything. What more can I do? What more can I do? Well, let's do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Let me tell you something about you need a personal and business credit help. It can be done. You need to set your business up. You need to get your EIN number. You need to get your sales tax ID. You need to get the business license. You need to determine the different vendors that you're going to be going in. You have to look up your vendor research. Unfortunately, other people that's doing the same thing you're doing is not going to tell you what vendor to use. If depending on what you're doing, you're gonna need insurance. All right. Well, let's do it again. Do it again. Do it. Email me, baby, bracelet bar. Let's do it in the morning. Mama's Comfort Cooking at gmail.com. MAMAS Comfort Cooking at gmail.com. Let's do it again. Do it again. This is the last time I'm saying do it. Do it again. Let's do it in the morning. I like to teach in the evening time. I ain't worried about nothing. I don't do inboxes. You have to email me. I don't do inboxes at all. Too many and too much mess. Okay, that's the last time I read her comment because I got to do it. Let's do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Let's do it in the morning. I like to teach in the evening time. I ain't worried about nothing. Just enjoying my friends is fine. I like to cook my collard greens. Make cornbread like mama said. I ain't worried about nothing. I'm just giving good. I'm just giving good. I'm just giving good love. Come on and do it again. Do it. Do it. Do it again. Do it. Do it again. I love Danielle with that pretty face. Deacon Calvin gets down. He blocks people all over the place. And my jelly roll, Mary Turner, put a smile on my face like a burner. Let's do it. Do it again. Do it. Do it again. Do it. Do it. Do it again. Woo! Do it. Do it again. Hey, let's do it in the morning. I like to teach in the evening time. I ain't worried about nothing. Just enjoying my friends is fine. I like to cook my collard greens. Make cornbread like mama said. I ain't worried about nothing. I'm just giving good. I'm just giving good. I'm just giving good love. Come back and do it again. Do it again. I see y'all later, honeybees.